Is she listening to banjos? No, I'm not. I'm listening to Jabari Johnson's One Touch. For all of you that are like, this girl's musical ear is eclectic. Yes, I like banjos. However, this is a gospel songs that I'm listening to. Some of you may not know that I'm on here because I'm always on here at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, your time all over the world. However, I wanted to rest today. Hello to each and every one of you. Someone says Kiss Island is saying good morning. Pastor, how are you? Man, y'all did set your notification. Asha, God bless you. You are an amazing mother. I had to say that. Your Kappas is my friend. God bless you. I have people on here who I haven't seen in a while, or people who have not tuned in, and this is your new time, or you've never seen me before. What up to you? Someone said, how are you this morning? Hello to each and every one of you. Donna Golder is going up the timeline. Janice Cannon is going up the timeline. Ella, God bless you. Morales or Morals, I believe I'm saying your name wrong, because this is what it is. If I can pronounce your name, you get your nickname. So God bless you. Alicia Carr, it's good to see you. Centuria, it's good to see you. LaRonda Murphy. Someone said, hey, what's going on? Yes, at this hour. But I've been pushed to be on here at this time just only for today. We will be back on at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, your time all over the world, because we needed some rest. And so I woke up this morning. Someone says, I am so ready for She Favor. I am ready for She Favor. Good. I'm glad you're ready for She Favor. So if you're ready for She Favor, that means that you have your tickets, because those tickets are going fast. And so please get yourself ready. This morning I did wake up. It's clear that I did, because I'm speaking to you, right? To my husband, the great apostle Fred D. Gooden III, it's such an honor to see you. I hope you guys come out to Bible study tonight, because we will be giving the word of God. And if you can't make it tonight, get a carpool and come on Sunday, because we're starting our men's madness. So March Men Madness. To my ladies, to my women all around the world, never mind it being National Women's Day. Every day you are to be celebrated. So let me say this to you, because it's 11 o'clock. Good morning, gorgeous. Good morning, gorgeous, to you, each and every one of you. I'm glad you set your notifications. Please understand we're going to be springing forward, and I don't want you to miss the Car Chronicles. So set your notifications and follow, or subscribe to YouTube. So this morning I did wake up, and what I did is I laid in bed. Of course, my husband and I were laying in bed, and there was a peace. There was a peace that hit our house. We live in a, and I walked the dog. I walked Charlie this morning. I said, it feels good to be in a household where the police is not coming to your door. It's someone that understands what I'm talking about. When you live in a household and the police officers are always coming to your door. Charmaine Dean, how are you? You don't live in a happy household. It's toxic. And some things happen, but you want to live in a household where the police officers are not coming to your door on a regular basis. And so I thank God I don't have that type of relationship anymore. But we laid in bed, and it was such a peacefulness. And we are praying for Ukraine, because we really want peace to prevail in every situation, not just there, but even here. And the Lord began to speak to me about Philippians 4:7, and it speaks about the peace of the living God that surpasses all understanding. And someone needs that type of peace right now. You need that type of peace in your home. You need that type of peace in your job. You need that type of peace in your car. You need that type of peace wherever you're going to fellowship at or with. You need peace. There is no way in your mind that you can live in an environment on a consistency basis that is always toxic. It is not healthy for you. It is not healthy for you to live in a toxic environment and you say that it's okay. It's not okay. It is not okay for you to live in a house where there is fighting, people living cantankerously. It is not okay for you to be fighting with your spouse the way that you do. It's okay to have a disagreement. Conflict resolution is what we're about, right? It is not okay for you to be fist fighting with your children. It's not okay for you to allow someone to fist fight with you. It is not okay. This war is not okay. It is not okay for you to live in an environment where you don't have peace. Someone said, okay. It clearly means that I'm in the vein, because now the emojis are turning to tears. So I'm on here now when I don't normally get on here. I'm on here because the Lord said that peace is getting ready to prevail. It's not okay for you to have the financial distress because it's causing you stress. It is not okay for you to be fighting like cats and dogs, and the other children have to pay because you have one child that has changed the trajectory of peace in your home. It is not okay for you to live on a job where your hair is falling out, where you now have stress, and your blood pressure is now off the radar because you're trying to sustain an environment that is not good for you. Okay, hello to the Haitian community. I love you too. This is not okay. Philippians 4 says that the peace of the living God that surpasses all understanding has to rest, it has to rule, and it has to abide. It simply means that God will put you in a place of peace where turmoil seems to be having its way. You'll be looking at everybody that started it, and you'll just be looking at them like, my daughter called me from Jacksonville this morning. We were having a dialogue about someone. And she said, Mommy, I don't know what to say because I live in a peaceful house. This is what she said. What I said to her, I said, you don't let somebody that doesn't have peace disrupt yours. Now, let me say this again in a very nice way as I could. You do not let somebody that does not have peace, or even someone that understands that they need peace, and they look at you and you've mastered peace, disrupt yours. Why am I saying this? There is a strategy for peace. I'm going to say this again. There is a strategy for peace. You have some people that don't like peace. It's boring. You have some people in relationships and you won't get involved with a healthy relationship because there's no drama in it. It's true. You have people who have been conducively used to drama. Now, if y'all gonna cry today, y'all just gonna have to do that because I got stuff I got to do. And today, you're gonna dry your own tears. I'm not doing it for you. There are people who don't want to get involved with a relationship if there's no drama. If you ain't fighting with the baby mama, you started. If you got a financial freedom, then they disrupt yours by bringing you their drama when they have mastered spending. Meaning this, they know that they have things to do, but they're always in something because of their drama. So because you've mastered peace and you've mastered financial freedom, they want to come and disrupt yours. No, we can't do that. See, the peace of the living God that surpasses all understanding, people who like drama will never understand it. They always got something going. Now, hey, Canada, how are you? Let me talk to those of you that have a girlfriend, a guy friend, or whoever it is that's in your circle that likes to start drama, the tea drinkers, the tea sippers, all of those people. Do you know you're allowing them to disrupt something that God said is rightfully yours to have? I'm going to say this. Someone said, I'm standing with you, First Lady. Thank you, Cynthia. Sometimes you got to pay for peace. Peace comes at a price. Pay every penny. Peace comes at a price. Pay every penny. What do you mean? Sometimes you will have to tell grown kids, you got to go. Hold on. If it's in your budget, I'll help you with some of your bills so you can leave me and mine in my household alone. Pay it. Sometimes 1,200 people on the sound of my voice who are getting this word on peace. Sometimes you got to say, I may be afraid to live alone, but I'll be doggone if I live with you disrupting my peace anymore. I am going to give you a challenge today. The 21-day challenge piece. Because to get peace, you got to take a piece of whatever caused you disruption, and you've got to do something about it. Take that piece that's disrupting your peace and take 21 days and don't deal with it. Meaning this. Some of you have to not speak to certain friends who are, someone said you were teaching this thing here. Valerie Jean-Louis just gave me fire. Thank you. Sometimes you got to take 21 days and don't hang out with that friend that's always sipping tea, or 21 days with someone that's always bringing drama or angst to your door. Sometimes you got to take 21 days. They say 21 days will break any bad habit. But even if it breaks a bad habit, it's up to you to say, I'm not doing this anymore, because what I've done, I've learned that I like not being connected to you. I like being connected to people who understand peace. Even the Bible says, I bless the peacemaker. Don't let somebody trick you and make you believe that they're a peacemaker and they always want destruction. See, what a person who says, I want peace, they'll come to you and they'll lay angst at your door, and they will make you believe that they want peace. And they will be so manipulative, they know how to disrupt your peace by saying they want it. Don't let somebody take a piece of your peace. Master the peace. Master the strategy. Be a master strategist of peace, meaning I know what you want before you even come to my door. I know what you want before you ring my phone. I know that everywhere you go, there is destruction, there's calamity, and everybody can testify that you always a poo-poo starter. I'm being nice. You're a poo-poo starter, and I'm not going to let you start poop in an area that I've mastered or develop a sense of peace. You will not take a piece of my peace. It is very difficult. Someone said, Lord have mercy. It is very difficult for you to become a peacemaker to someone in your family that always is saying they want to fight. No, I don't want to fight. No, sometimes you got to pay for peace by not fighting with someone that wants war. We would all like to have a peaceful environment. But how about I told you, you have to create it. Now, I'm going to say this. A young lady called me today, and she said that her daughter slapped her. This is what she said. Remember, I'm in a very peaceful place. Her daughter slapped her. And I said to her, your daughter did what? Your daughter slapped you? Is she still alive? I just want to know. Is she still alive? I just want to know. And this is the response that was given. She's so used to her father doing it, she just did it. I'll wait for your comments to respond because I don't have to. I said, what? Yeah, she's so used to her father doing it, she just did it. And that's okay with you? That's okay with you? Okay. What I've learned out of 18 years of her marriage, that everybody in the household has been customized to disrespect. So now her young children have now picked up the behavior that she allowed. Oh, no, wait. She allowed it. Why am I telling you this story? Not because I counsel people all over the world, but I'm saying this because you program your house for destruction. No wonder why your kids don't want peace. See, I woke up this morning, there was such a peacefulness all over my house. I rolled over and I looked at my husband. And I gave him kisses, and he went downstairs and he was working out, and I was doing some stuff and some business. I'm going out to deal with some business now so I could be a Bible study tonight. And I said to myself, this is really, really good, man. I'm going to keep this peace. Sometimes you got to sit down and you got to ask yourself, what have you done to create the environment that you live in that is not good for you? You got to be accountable to that. Hello, Jamaica. You got to be accountable that perhaps you did not handle the person that disrupted your peace because they might have been a child. What I said was, well, where the baby daddy at? Where him at? And what she said was, well, we're not together. I says, well, since she learned it there, send her there. Since she learned that behavior there, 1,200 people, well, 1,487 people, since she learned it there, send her back there. Send her there. Don't you feel bad to send her back to that behavior that is toxic, that she learned it from? Now, hold on. You got to get her help because there's some psychiatrists that know how to deal with trauma. You need to get her a psychiatrist that knows how to deal specifically, that's his or her specialty is trauma. So whatever traumatic situation that caused her to become reactionary, that she learned it from, help her. He don't want help. It's clear. So send her there, but make sure you get a good therapist. Inventory is a very good word that I like. And some of you need to just take inventory. Because the inventory around you, once you do it, you're going to realize that I allowed this to happen because I didn't stop it in its tracks. And I'm going to tell you, don't you feel bad because you stopped somebody in their tracks that disrupted your peace and they like it. I'm going to say something. I'm going to hurry up and go because I really got stuff to do today and I'm in such a peaceful environment. You can listen to me. You can listen to the word of God. You can put on your earphones. You can do all of those wonderful things that you do to get your woo-saw moment or whoo, but it ain't going to happen if you program yourself for somebody to consistently take a piece of your peace. Now, I'm not done yet. Hold on. You ain't got no pill. You ain't got no therapy. You ain't got nothing, but I'm going to ask you, please do something about it. You've got to do something about somebody always watching you to say, how can I disrupt their peace? Now, if you got somebody around you and they're drinkers, I need you to be a thinker and say, if you want to drink and if you don't want to go to AA, you are not going to drag me into your problem because you don't want to fix it. And so because I'm trying to fix mine, you get mad at me because you seeing it and I'm going higher and you're angry and you want to disrupt my peace because I want to get better. People that want to disrupt your peace don't want better. They just want to bother you. Why are y'all crying? I did not come up here to make y'all cry today, but this is a yoke breaking session, a yoke breaking ministry that you just rolled up on. Well, go on and cry. Even your tears right now is not going to help your situation if you don't do nothing about it. For all of you that got young children, you've got very young children. You do. If they're under the age of 16, 18, let me say that, you could do something about their peace. You could do something about your peace. It is called, watch this, boarding school. And if you can't afford it, you could send them. Did you know that you could send them to ROTC or whatever it is? You could send them to a parent that don't want to speak to them. You could do like that woman did in Love. Let me tell you something. Me and Fred was binge watching, and we was sitting down. We was watching the movie yesterday, and she did something that I'm going to tell y'all. I was watching this movie yesterday called What's Love Got to Do with It? It's the Tina Turner movie. It was real good. Watched it a few times. It's old, but that's one of my favorite movies. Child, let me tell you, this girl got out of her car with these two boys. She says, oh, now you want to play daddy. Now you want to play daddy. Oh, you want to play daddy now. She drove up to the house. She sure did. She took them two cute little boys. She put them on the deck. He said, what I'm going to do with two children? What I'm going to do with two children? She said, you want to play daddy now? She pushed them cute little babies in the door. She drove off. She sure did. I said, well. Looky. Yeah, Job Corps. Send him to Job Corps. You right, Lord Renee. Child, let me tell you what this child did in that movie. She pushed him in the door and she said, pass. Well, where the daddy at? Where the mama at? Hold on. Nana don't want him because Nana done. Nana done had her time. It is not fair for Nana to take your kids. Find a daddy. If the daddy ain't alive, find an aunt or uncle, somebody, and say, I need 6 months to 3 weeks. Give me some time. Because I know that I love to pray, but I do not want to pray this prison ministry. Some of you have got to do something about all of this peace being disrupted in your house. If they want to go, listen, I'm a pastor. I am not your typical pastor. 1,601 people who are under the sound of my voice. Hear me, please. Hold on, Michelle Pope, I got you. Hear me. I am not your typical pastor. Me and my husband are pastors, but we're what you call realists. Just the fivefold ministry ain't ready for real pastors. They not ready for us. However, I'm going to say this. If your child who is over 18 wants to go live with their boyfriend or their girlfriend, let them go. Let them go. What kind of pastor tell them to shut? The pastor that realizes that they're going to do what they want to do, whether you pray, fast, or lay on the floor or not. And you going to find out that when they kick and screaming, they want to go live with somebody, maybe you approve of them or not, and they being grown and they're making grown folks choices. When you get the peace of the living God that surpasses all understanding, you're going to rest up your hand and say, God, hallelujah, please let that relationship work out. Now, if I ain't telling the truth, somebody that understand what I'm talking about, you know good and doggone well, if they fighting, that's a problem because you're like, no. I don't want them home. Can y'all work it out? Hold on. What about counseling? Someone said, yup, same thing happened to me. Now, before I go, let me address the parent. This young lady just went to time out. She says, what do I do when it's my mother that's disrupting my peace? Well, let's take inventory. If your parent is disrupting your peace, my question to you is, and it's easy for me to say because I don't have parents, I don't have grandparents, but listen, Let me give you some facts, because my father was alive before he passed, of course, a couple years ago. I didn't rock with my dad. No. I handled him with care. Stay over there. That means because I know that I get a headache when you talk to me and you start brown badging me and you start talking to me about who I ain't and God didn't choose you and I hate you as a daughter and all of those toxic things. I don't let that in my spirit because I've got a work to do. And so because your opinion of me, even though you're my father, it really doesn't matter because God chose to use me because whatever the reason is. What I did is I made peace before he passed. And I told him, I love you, but I love you in a different zip code. Have peace with your parent in a different zip code. Did you? Oh, that's disrespectful. No, really, it isn't. It means that I am creating a level of good, healthy boundaries because I realize I want to always respect you as a parent. And because you're not going to respect me because I am your child, to keep us from, choking each other out or whatever it is that y'all do, or keep the police from coming up here, or me being good to my siblings and my nieces and nephews and want to come to Easter dinner and want to give you a Mother's Day or Father's Day card. I'm going to create a healthy boundaries because I want peace in my house. Yeah. It's okay to create a healthy boundaries with a parent that is toxic. Because just like you got toxic children, you got toxic parents. So it's up to you to decide. A woman called me a couple weeks ago and she says, man, I tell you, I love my mother, but she is so toxic and I'm trying to take care of her and I'm her caregiver and the other siblings are not taking their responsibility. So it all falls on me. She said, now I got to take care of my mother who is really, really not well. She is dealing with a level of dementia because you realize you're getting older and your parents are getting older as well. And so now you're thrust to take care of them. And so none of the other siblings wants to stand up and take care of the parents. So now it's all on you. But they want to tell you what to do, how to spend the money, and they have nothing to do. God bless you, Jason, Eugene Johnson. They have nothing to do with you because what you have done, you have given them peace by allowing this elderly parent to disrupt yours. So what I said to her, I said, because she was financially able to do something, I said, what I want you to do is I want you to Google care.com. See, when you talk to me, it's not that I always have the answers. I have wisdom. And I said, Google www.care.com. And what I want you to do is instead of taking the money to smoke weed, I want you to take that money and I want you to cut down your weed consumption and I want you to spend it on a caregiver, which will give you a break. She said, I didn't think about that. I said, I guess that's why you choose your pastor. So what you're going to do is you're going to take that and you're going to give yourself some peace. And then what you're going to do is whatever it is your mother is dealing with, if your siblings don't want to deal with it, look at her estates, look at her will. And because now you are the caregiver, I hope that you're smart enough to deal with her finances because they will come running, God forbid, if something happens to mommy. Remember, you were the one that was there. They were not. So now what you got to do is you got to change the entire trajectory of your ailing, growing old parent. Someone said this is wisdom speaking. I'm just saying. If you want peace, you got to take a piece of whatever it is that's disrupted your peace and do something about it. If you sit down and you take time to watch Netflix and chill, you could take that time and say, I'm going to put this towards what's disrupting my peace, and I'm going to handle it. You can have peace if you fight for it. It is very difficult to get peace from someone that wants war. We see that around the world today. See, as much as we don't want to talk about sanctions and stuff like that, whatever we have to do to cause peace, you gonna know, don't mess with people who don't want war. And I'm saying this. You don't want war in your house. So don't let somebody disrupt your peace. You don't want war in your relationship. So why do you stay in a toxic one? You don't want to fight with your children. So why are they living in your house? It's simple. It is very easy to say this, so you say, but I've lived it. I've lived it. I've lived in environments where the cops was coming every day. And I go front. When I was living in South Orange, New Jersey, they was coming for me. They was. I was getting arrested like every other month because I was fighting. I was fighting. I was in a very, very abusive, toxic relationship. And I said, I can't do this no more. Gotta go. Got divorced. Like it or not. Yeah. I'm divorced a few times. So what? Get over it. They ain't got nothing to do with the move of God on my life. And that didn't work with me. So when I was sitting in Delaney Hall in Newark, I said, you know what? I'm getting out of this. And I got a divorce and walked away. I was like, keep it all. I don't care. I had a house sitting on 7 acres. It was 5 bedroom, 3 bedroom. About none of that. 5-car garage. Keep it all. I want out of this. And some of you don't want peace because if you did, you'll walk away with just your drawers. Really? It's true. So I tried it again, and it wasn't no problem. But he was jug. The joy juice was his friend, and I was like, wow, hold on. And he had 6 kids, and I was like, you drunk again? But then when I was driving one day, and I was coming from evangelizing, and I'm preaching, and he was outside the church drunk, and then all of a sudden I looked up, and he had threw up on the kids. I said, oh, treat to go to time. I ain't doing this. Hello. Yo, he threw up on the kids. I ain't doing this. I'm out paid. Then I say, okay, because I want to live a life according to Christ. And I said, it's better to marry than to burn. Instead of going out here sleeping around, let me do the right thing. And I'm going to get married because the Bible says that the marriage bed is undefiled. So I got married a few times because I said, I want to do this thing right. I'm telling you right now. So I did it a few times. So what? The song says, do it. Do it. Do it till you're satisfied. Whatever it is. So it's whatever it is. So I did it a few times because I didn't want to be evangelizing and preaching, and I didn't want to do it and know that, I like relationships. So I said, bring it, MJ. Yeah, you what? Let's do it. Or what? And so I said I did it again, but he was homeless. And I said, why did I do this? What kind of buffoonery is this? Why would I do this? And I did something, and the cops was coming, and I was preaching, and I was in the church, and I was saying, look, God, take that thing down. This ain't gonna fly no more. We ain't doing this no more. If you knew my story, you would understand my glory. And I said, forget it. I'm going back to counseling. Went back to counseling, and God said, hold on. See, you trying to make something work that I said wasn't gonna work in the first place. And anytime you try to force something to work and tell God, bless my mess, God says absolutely not. So what I got to do, I got to break your heart yet again and save your life. Child, let me tell you something. I lost so much stuff. If y'all knew what I went through, you would shut up and pray. That woman is a servant of the Most High God. If you knew her story, you wouldn't judge her seed. Then, Lord, I went back to counseling. I did. God with spiritual parents, I began to pray, and prophetically, my bishop spoke over my life, and then my sister spoke over my life, and then my spiritual mother, and people, they was like, get ready, and then all of a sudden I sold, and then bam, here it is. It's done the right way, child. If you don't leave me alone, I lay there this morning in my peace, and I said, whew, why am I sharing my personal story? I'm sharing my personal story because I need you to understand. I don't care how much you got to do it. Don't do it until you find peace with it. Peace is an amazing thing. Do not get connected to toxic and then say, God, I want you to bless this. Because anything you're trying to force to fit eventually will break, might drop. Someone said, this is fire, I'm running. Don't run. Come on, we'll run tomorrow when I preach, or tonight. Don't let nobody tell you, so what, you've been married a few times. So what, you had a few relationships. So what? Anything I got to do to get peace, I'm going to have it. See, I was desperate for peace. I wasn't desperate for people. See, relationships are easy. Peace is not. See, the peace has to match your peace. So when I found peace, I said, nope. You get peace, you get peace, you get peace. Everybody get peace. So now I'm on this whole brigade of peace because I know it is obtainable. Peace is very obtainable. Look at my mother-in-law. If you don't leave my baby alone, I know, right, mama? So I got peace. I got peace. I got a loving mother-in-law, love her to death. I got loving. I don't say stepchildren. It's 8 of us. We got a loving mixed house. Did you know? Follow my lead. You could have a mixed household that is loving if everybody gets on one accord with peace. And do you know the older ones will get the younger ones? And the younger ones will say, well, what? That's what they do. It's 8 of them. They get together and they help each other because they understand they want peace. So you know what? Everybody got to get on one accord in this household and in this roof. Y'all, this is a peaceful family. You could have a mixed family and have peace. Now, the one that want disruption, you know, the older one will say, yo, hold on, wait a minute, come here, man. The older one to get the younger one. Because we have an understanding. The Bible says with all thy getting, get an understanding. Philippians 4:7 speaks about peace, the peace of the living God that surpasses all understanding. So now you don't have to understand what God did. He gave us peace that surpasses what you understand because you don't understand how did that happen? Because we were all on one accord. Get on one accord. If you in a relationship and they're not on one accord with your peace, you in a wrong relationship because everybody should want it. Everybody should want to be, everybody. Someone said, I need the seed right now. Girl, your seed is Philippians 4:7. It's for peace. Peace is an amazing thing. I suggest you go find some. Peace is amazing. You could just sit up and I'm telling Fred and I, we'll sit up and it don't be no music. It don't be no TV. We just be. Last night we just laid in bed and listened to the rain fall. Sometimes we'll go in the living room and we'll open the door and we'll just let the door open and let the rain fall and just sit there and just, it's wonderful. Why wouldn't the world want peace? Why wouldn't the world want peace? Someone said, do you do counseling? Yep, I do. Go to Michelle. Why wouldn't the world want peace? Why is peace? You ever have kids, especially Generation Alpha? It's boring. It's boring. It's boring. It's just boring. Peace is wonderful. Introduce to someone to peace. Do that. Introduce somebody to peace today. And if they don't want it, that's the person you need to break away from. Today, I'm in a very peaceful place. I'm going to enjoy my peaceful day. Someone said, you are truly a woman of the Most High, Vanessa James. I am honored to serve. If you want a seed today, it's the simple seed of 7 or 17. Business owners, it's 27. I know gas is high. I know that. I know that. Use wisdom, please. But put Philippians 4:7 on it. Because you need the peace of the living God that surpasses your understanding. That means when you go drop your kids off to your ex-house and they want to be petty and have your kids meet the new boo, you could go, hi, sweetie, how are you? Good to see you. Can I have his backpack? He left his book last week. And you won't have to worry about her throwing her hair or whatever it is she tried to do to get you to black out. You won't have to worry about that. Because the peace of the living God is saying, hi, sweetie, it's good to meet you. Oh, yes, I heard a lot about you. Or when they start nitpicking and keep nitpicking Dominique D. Hardison Hadley is saying, preach, when they start nitpicking at you and they know they trying to get you to just blow your stack and you, because they want to have control over your peace. The peace of the living God won't even let them do it. So that's what I got now. That's what you see. So I didn't do Car Chronicles this morning because I was laying in peace. And I said, Fred, I don't want to move. He said, then don't move, baby. And we laid there. I declare and I decree Philippians 4:7 over you, your life, and your seed. I declare and I decree that whatever peace took your peace, that God will handle it accordingly. And that you will have the peace of the living God until people won't even know what happened to you. You don't look the same. You respond differently. Warrior, you react differently. Because it is the peace of the living God that I know has got my mind, my heart, and this situation you're trying to start. God bless you. It's so amazing. Even the squirrels look differently. It's amazing to have peace. Even the rain is falling differently. It's just everything. It's just peace. It's a sound of peace. The sound of peace is just tranquil. It don't even sound like anything. It just feels amazing. Once you get it. I love you.